Aloha, it's Jizzy. In this video, I'll be showing how I made sweet and savory crepes. Now, this did not take less than an hour to make because I made two types of crepes. And plus, I have a little one on the side, so it's like stop and go, and she's always interfering when I try to cook for us. Now, first thing I need to do is at least straighten up the kitchen before I even start making another mess. And then once I cleared up some of the dishes, I gathered all my ingredients. Now, some of the ingredients that I used are all on the counter, but I didn't have space. So the other ingredients are still on the shelves. And the ones that I wasn't able to put on here is the flour. The other ingredients is in this nice little drawer. I try to make it easy to access and see like what do we even have. So I have the salt, pepper, and garlic powder that I'll be using for later. Okie dokie, for the sweet crepes, the ingredients that I have for it is bananas, strawberries, powdered sugar, heavy whipping cream, and Nutella. It seems simple, but there's a lot of cutting and chopping and assembling. Just the preparation part takes time. Now the savory one is gonna be more ingredients and a lot of different things inside of the savory crepe. A lot of cooking shows do not show the actual like whole process and the dishes that accumulate in making a meal. Now for this, I'll be using pine nuts, avocado oil, spinach, onions, tomatoes, lots of basil, garlic, mushrooms, and salt and pepper, garlic powder, and as you can see, I have the eggs and the flour earlier. That's for the batter part. Milk too. Now let's get started with finally making the crepes. The first thing I made is the whipped cream. Now this is super easy to make, your own whipped cream. I used the whole carton of heavy whipping cream and just whipped it little by little, like as far as turning up the speed. Don't put on full blast because this thing is gonna splatter all over you. And once it thickens up, I added powdered sugar to my liking for the sweetness level, which was about a cup and 3/4. Once I done making the whipped cream and put it aside, in that same bowl, I made the batter. I ain't got no time washing this bowl because the only ingredients that was in there was dairy and sugar, and it's pretty much the same ingredients that I used for the crepe recipe. So it won't destroy it, okay? The recipe will be listed down in the description below. This is the crepes that I made. I doubled the recipe because I'm making this for friends too. It made about 24 medium-sized crepes, which is nice. Next up is the homemade pesto. Making your own pesto is so yummy. You can just use it for any kind of recipes. Not only for crepes, of course. You can use it for your pasta or pizza or throw it on some bread. But when you use the freshest ingredients, it makes a difference. Especially the cheese. So use fresh cheese and basil, of course. Side note, I use avocado oil throughout the recipes because I'm allergic to olive oil. For the sauteed mushrooms and onions, I use butter and a crystal oil. And I didn't want to wash another pan, so I used a tiny pan to separate and do the sauteing of the mushrooms, onions, and the spinach. Now, I microwave the spinach first in a microwavable glass dish, and then once it's shrunk, I pan fried it. So yeah, that's a little hack. Don't forget to season salt, pepper, and garlic powder to your liking for it. This is all the ingredients to assemble your crepes. I didn't have leftover chicken or rotisserie chicken, so I just used carved luncheon meat, mozzarella cheese, the homemade pesto, the sauteed mushrooms and onions, spinach, some fresh cut up tomatoes. I don't like to cook them down because they turn out too mushy and I don't like that. As for the sweet one, I'm using strawberries, bananas, Nutella, and the homemade whipped cream with sprinkled some powdered sugar to make it look all pretty. This is my all-time favorite crepe, especially my daughter's. She loves when I make it for her. If you want something healthy and yummy, this is the crepe for you. Whatever your heart desires, make the crepe however you would like and enjoy it. So this is the reality when it comes to making a meal that uses a lot of dishes, but it was very worth it because I helped a friend and her ohana, and I helped my own too, and myself have something yummy for brunch. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more videos in the future. Comment down below if you have a dish you like to make. Mahalo nui loa. Bye. Oh wait, just kidding. There's a blooper in the end when I was making the crepes. And I ain't perfect, so I gotten better at flipping the crepes, but I'm doing my little cooking dance. Like, oh yeah, I got this, even though I have a tiny spatula because my other spatula, it melted because it's plastic, so I never got around with getting a rubber spatula. But once I was trying to flip this dang thing, it teared, and I was so devastated. But it's okay, it takes practice. Don't waste it. It's still edible, even though it's messed up. But yeah.